Hi, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Boy, when it rains, it pours. Listen, I'm not going to start this one off singing, You're way too beautiful, girl. I'm not going to do it, but we came to talk about Sean Kingston, though. I don't know, but that song just stuck in my head from back then till today. Anyways, let's talk about Sean Kingston and his mom as far as what might happen to them next. I'm going to use a story as an example. See, I was under the impression, right, when they got found guilty and his mom was immediately taken into custody and the judge explained why the mom was taken into custody, the judge was kind of pissed off at the mother. The judge also gave Sean a break because Sean was not acting like his mother. So I said that I'm thinking that the mom will probably get 3 to 5 years and Sean will probably get 1 to 3 on the lower end. Now, mind you, they were convicted on 5 counts of fraud, each count carrying 20 years by itself. That's 100 years. But I can't see somebody getting 100 years just for that. So realistically speaking, I was guessing, since it's fraud, maybe it'll be like on the lower end. I'll be honest with you, after you hear this story, and remember, this story is happening in South Florida. Also, I'm finding out that the laws in Florida recently changed concerning real theft and fraud. So it starts out like this. A lady by the name of Ernisha Atmore, she's sent to prison for stealing $20,000 worth of designer sunglasses. She was sentenced to 30 plus years in prison because she had done it repeatedly. Now, this is the same Florida we're talking about that Sean Kingston and his mom are about to be sentenced under these same laws and guidelines. Let me give you the story first about what happened to this young lady. So they call her a career criminal, right? Because she's done this more than once. Keep in mind that Sean Kingston's mother had already served time for the same thing that she is now in trouble for again. Doesn't sit well with the judge. The judge is going to say, oh, you didn't learn your lesson at all. Keep in mind also that Sean Kingston was on probation for receiving stolen goods, fraudulent activities, when this issue happened as well. The judge is going to say, you didn't learn your lesson either. So the story goes like this. A career criminal is now going to prison for more than 30 years. 30 years after she was found guilty of stealing $20,000 worth of designer sunglasses from a Tampa, Florida store. According to Fox 13 Tampa Bay, Ernisha Atmore, she was 29 years old. She was seen on surveillance videos using a soft-sided cooler to steal the shades. Having been in and out of prison due to previous crimes committed, the same type of crimes committed, shoplifting, stealing luxury items, she faced a harsher sentence because of the recent stricter laws that have been put in place in Florida. Keep in mind, Sean Kingston and his mom reside in Florida, were convicted in Florida, and will be sentenced in Florida. Hillsborough State Attorney Susie Lopez said a video was several years ago showing one of these alleged thefts may have sealed this young lady's fate. A video from several years ago was brought up, and it was pretty much used against her to say, oh, you've done this before. Okay, so you've done this more than twice. You've made a career out of this, right? She committed one of the most brazen thefts I've heard of, said Lopez. When the employee said, "What are you doing?" she said, "I have a taser." And as you know, a taser is a weapon. So when the police caught up with Atmore several days later, they discovered the stolen goods in her car. Kind of like when they raided the mansion where Sean Kingston and his mom were living. They found all the stuff that they owed to the people they took them from. Atmore's lack of savvy continued in the courtroom. She rejected a 3-year prison sentence from prosecutors. The prosecutors said, "Listen, you go do 3 years and you get out, and that'll be that." She said, "Nah, I'm taking it to trial because I don't think I should get that much time. It's damn sunglasses." But what she wasn't realizing, it was sunglasses that were luxury sunglasses, not your dollar store, $1.50, $1.20 sunglasses. These sunglasses amounted to $20,000. Kind of like how Sean Kingston and his mom is involved. The jewelry, the Escalade, the television, all these things add up to thousands and thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, to the tune of 1 point something million dollars, right? Right. Now I'm saying, if they can put somebody in prison for $20,000 worth of sunglasses for 30 years, what do you think they're going to do to Sean Kingston and his mom, who they say has fraudulently acquired over $1 million worth of stuff, to include a whole lot of money from 2 banks? Now, first, a jury convicted her, and then came the whopping 30-year sentence. I know you're asking, why? Why so long? Well, in Florida, specific retail theft laws have been strengthened in the past several years, as some charges have been upgraded from misdemeanors to felonies, allowing prosecutors to add more years to prison sentences. This also goes for fraud. Before she was sentenced, Atmore faced 2 additional charges. One incident took place at a Zales jewelry store in Brandon Center Mall, where she was accused of trying to steal a ring that was valued at $8,749.99. She didn't steal it. She was accused of trying to steal it. But she did steal the $20,000 worth of luxury sunglasses. Now, due to the incident, 6 additional months were also added to her sentence. After being convicted, those combined crimes will now be going away. She'll be going away now for 30 years and 6 months. She was being sentenced at 29 years old, man. And she will not be released until she is almost 60 years old. I won't front. I looked. I saw a young black woman. I said to myself, they're making an example out of her. They could have made an example out of anybody else. But you know they're going to make an example out of her. And an example out of her they did. Now, for Sean Kingston and his mom, the amount of money that they have been accused of taking, over $1 million in fraud in just 2025 alone, along with all the other monies they took from Bank of America and that other bank. I'm starting to think that given their history as well, the judge is probably going to make an example out of them too. So, I know I said before that Sean Kingston is probably going to get like 1 to 3 years. He'll probably be home in like a year and a half. Or maybe the judge will put him on probation and make him pay off. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is Sean is going to actually go to prison for a while. I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I don't wish prison on anybody like that. You know, there are some people that deserve it. But I'm just thinking this is a situation where you got to understand, right, that I just gave you a story about a young woman in Florida, and she stole $20,000 worth of luxury sunglasses, and she ended up getting 30 years because she had done it before and because they recently changed the laws in Florida for retail theft and for fraud. Now, I know I got a lot of people in there who are Caribbean people living in the state of Florida. A lot of you are choppers, bangers, whatever you want to call yourself. You're into this fraud thing, or you're into retail theft. Yeah, going into these high-end stores, stealing their goods and then selling it for less on the street. Yeah, I got this Louis right here. It's the real deal. I got it straight out the store. I'll give it to you for less than half the price. Listen, if they catch you doing more than twice in the state of Florida, the new laws as of 2025, late 2024, by the way, to 2025, says you are going up Schitt's Creek without a paddle for many years. A lot of people are wondering how the hell you get 30 years for some luxury sunglasses. Well, it happened. So, back to Sean Kingston and his mom, and me taking back what I said about them getting about 1 to 3, maybe 3 to 5 years for the mom, 1 to 3 for Sean. Some of their ill-gotten gains included 3 watches, which involved fake wire transfers for $285,000 and $480,000 and a $160,000 car and $40,000 worth of audio video equipment, and that's some of it. So what do you think the outcome is going to be when sentencing time comes? Man, listen, I don't wish worse for them or bad for them, but I really think that they're going to get the book thrown at them, right? Leave your comments in the comment section below. And who knows better can do better. So I'd suggest you either share this with somebody who you know is into like retail theft or fraud, and let them know that the state of Florida ain't the place to do it. I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.